Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I don't know about you, but I'm clearly in a festive mood. I felt like it was time to update the backdrop for the holiday season. I know some people feel a little bit weird about holiday decorations before Thanksgiving. I honestly used to be one of those people. I would get very upset when people decorated right after Halloween. But for some reason in the last year or two, I've come to appreciate holiday decor, going up a little bit earlier, having a little more time to appreciate it. Also, it is freaking cold here. Out of nowhere, November hit and the temperature in Connecticut dropped 20 to 30 degrees. So I feel like as soon as that happens, I'm ready to get into Christmas mode. I need a distraction from the fact that I'm freezing my butt off 24/7. I'm also wearing my little Fair Isle sweatshirt today from Mindy May's Market. I love their stuff. I wear a lot of their clothes all the time here on my channel. A lot of my floral print shirts are from them. A bunch of my sweatshirts are from them. They have really cute stuff. It's very reasonably priced and they offer free shipping on every order, which I think is amazing. So if you haven't ever checked out their site before, I'll link it for you guys in the description box. They also gave me a discount code, which is really pretty sweet. So I think that saves 15%, and I'll put it for you guys in the description box as well. Anyway, we're here today to play with some makeup. I've got a nice little mishmash here of old and new stuff that I used. There were a few things that I picked up recently that I've been testing out for the last couple of days that I wanted to show you guys, as well as a couple of things that are literally brand new. They just showed up on my doorstep today, so they are a true first impression. And then also a couple of things that I've tried in the past but haven't used in a few years. So they're new but also not new because I technically have tried them before, but it's been long enough that I feel like it'll just be really interesting to see what my current opinion on them is. And then I also picked out a few tried and true old favorites to finish off my face. On top of that, I also have some life updates to give you guys. A thing happened within the last week that is definitely kind of a big deal and is probably going to change things here on my channel a little bit, so I wanted to fill you guys in on that. And yeah, like always, I just want to hang out with you guys, keep you company while you're doing whatever it is you're doing in your crazy busy life today. So with that, if you guys want to see how I created the look that I'm wearing right now, let's get into it. Hello. So we've got lots to cover today. I've got lots of stuff to show you, lots of things to chat about, so I just want to jump right into it. I primed my face today with my Cotz sunscreen. I love this stuff. It is the best daytime sunscreen if you're going to put something on underneath makeup, because it kind of has a texture of Benefit Professional, where it's very pore filling, very smoothing, but it also has SPF 40 and it's mineral sunscreen. So already got that situation taken care of. And I don't have a new foundation or concealer to test out today, so I'm just going to use my Born This Way foundation and multi-use sculpting concealer from Too Faced. And while I'm doing that, we're going to chat a little bit. Side note, you can't really see it from this angle, but I'm wearing a ridiculous Christmas tree headband. My mother-in-law gave this to me because she was like, oh, I saw it and I thought of you because you wear so many silly headbands when you do your makeup videos, and this is a little more seasonally appropriate. So just thought I'd show you guys that. Anyway, so I kind of have a major life update that I wanted to share with you guys because I'm really not sure exactly how it's going to impact my channel, so I thought you guys should probably know. So for the last 2 years, 2.5 years almost now, I have been working for myself from home, doing a whole bunch of different things in addition to doing YouTube and blogging. And while it has been great and I love it, at the same time, it's not the most financially secure thing. I think a lot of influencers feel the same way, even big ones, because this industry is just so unpredictable and it can be a little bit, nerve-wracking to depend on, let's say, AdSense for your livable income, which mine is nowhere even close to that. The amount of money that I make from YouTube is very minimal. It's really more of a hobby in that respect. But I treat it like a job. I, pay taxes as if it was a business kind of deal. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I've been in a place for the last 6 months or so since I had a gig at the beginning of 2019 that I walked away from. So since doing that, things have been a little more tricksy for me because that consulting gig was making me good money and kind of made it easier for me to also do YouTube without stressing out so much. but not having that, I haven't really found something that's made me a substantial amount of money, so I've had to be, keeping my feelers out there for other, job opportunities. And one just came along last week. Things honestly kind of moved really, really quickly. I have a friend who at his job, a coworker is going out on maternity leave. They've been trying to find someone to cover like as a temp for a while with no luck. And then he reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in this job. And the position is working in a pharmaceutical company, and I do have background from working in medicine. Previously, I worked at an OB/GYN office for like 8 years during doing surgical scheduling and a bunch of other stuff. So basically, it was one of those things where I sent my resume in, I got interviewed within like 2 days, and then by the end of the week, they had offered me the position. So I kind of went from just doing my regular old thing to realizing that I'm going to be going back to work full time in like a week, and it's kind of a lot for me to wrap my brain around right now. So yeah, it is a temporary position. It will be lasting until next summer sometime, theoretically, but it possibly could become a full-time gig. I don't really know. They can't promise me anything yet, but the hours will be full-time, and I'm gonna have to commute quite a bit. The place is like 35 minutes without traffic from where I work, so that is a big change from working from home every day. Okay, putting story time on pause for a second. Before I go ahead and set my face, I wanted to show you guys something. So I got these in the mail from MODA last week, I think. This video is not sponsored by them, but they did send these to me in PR. How freaking gorgeous is this brush set? This is one of their holiday kits. It comes in this like little sparkly case, and you get 5 brushes from their metallic range in it. Oh my goodness, this is so freaking pretty. I got 2 of them. I got the rose gold one and the silver one. The silver one's already displayed up on my bookcase behind me. You just can't see it in the way the frame is set right now. But I thought these were so pretty. So I wanted to play with some of these brushes today, along with some other MODA brushes that I have, just because I've been meaning to test them out. So yeah, I basically feel both excited and overwhelmed right now by what's going on, because I mean, it will be great to have income again and have a little bit more stability, because honestly, that has been stressing me out a lot this year. But I love YouTube, I love blogging, and I've been able to devote a lot of time to it recently, and that is obviously going to change fairly drastically come next week, or well, I'm going to be starting on November 25th, so not next week, but the week after. Now, I've had a channel for a while, and I've had a blog since 2013, so for many years, I worked full-time and also did beauty stuff, but I always felt the pressure, felt the stress of trying to juggle both, because it is a lot. Like, you're tired by the time you get home from work, and you have to cook dinner, and you still have to make time for chores, and you also want to socialize, and then also trying to find time to film and edit and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's just a lot of hours, and there are only, so many in a week. So I know it's going to be a little bit challenging to kind of go back to that. But at the same time, it's like I'm an adult, and sometimes these kinds of things are necessary. You have to put practical things first in your life sometimes, and obviously being able to keep a roof over my head kind of matters a little bit. So shifting gears back to the makeup for a second, I mentioned to you guys in a previous video that I had ordered some things from M Cosmetics, and I was really excited about it. I picked up the Color Drops Serum Blush in the shade Sunset Sky. I have been wanting to try this since this first got teased on Instagram. I thought the packaging was so beautiful, and I do really enjoy, especially cream blushes. I think they can be so beautiful on the cheeks, and they're really nice for everyday looks. So I have this that I've been trying out for the last couple of days, and then I got the Magical Moments kit, which came with 2 full-size lip products and the Illustrative eyeliner. So I got the faded Clementine one because orange lips, I mean, come on. it's me. So both of these are in the shade Faded Clementine. One is a liquid lipstick, the other one is a lip gloss, and I just thought this shade was so beautiful, and I've heard so many good things about these formulas, especially from Emily Noel, from Samantha Ravndal, and from a few other people. I haven't tried the liquid lipstick yet, but I have tried the gloss a few times, and it is beautiful. It's very gel-like and pillowy. It's not sticky. It has actually really good pigmentation while still letting a little bit of your natural lip color shine through. Really, really nice. So we're definitely going to use these later, but for now I wanted to go in with the blush. I didn't powder my cheeks. I just set my under eyes and my T-zone so that way I won't have any weirdness with this blending into my foundation. So having used this now, I think twice I've put this on my cheeks. I will say a little goes a long way with this shade. It's very vibrant. You kind of have to be careful with the dropper. It can kind of push out a lot of product, and I've found that you really just need the tiniest bit. And I do like tapping it in with my fingers. I do also have my sponge here, which I can use as well. But I feel like this just gives you such a pretty, like I was just out in the snow kind of a flush, and it just blends in like nothing. It's so easy. And I will say the texture, it is a liquid, but it does have a dewiness to it. It's not ultra sticky, but I feel like Serum blush is a perfect name for this because it does kind of have that texture of a serum-y product. So it doesn't dry down completely the way some other blushes do, but it doesn't stay super, super tacky on the skin. I think if you were someone with dry skin and you weren't setting your makeup, this would just look so beautiful because it would give your cheeks that really nice, radiant, juicy goodness. So what I think I'm going to do, because I do want to put on a powder bronzer, I'm just going to set kind of right along where I would put the bronzer just to make sure that it doesn't like stick to the blush in a weird way. But I might kind of leave the top half unpowdered because then I feel like my highlight will be that much more vibrant over that like slight bit of dewiness. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I feel like it looks so pretty, and even though this looks like a scary shade, like it's really not that crazy on the cheeks. Speaking of bronzer, I've got an oldie but a goodie that I have not used in so many years today, and I'm actually kind of really excited to try it out again. So this box just showed up on my doorstep this morning, and I'm really excited about it. I applied for this campaign through Ipsy to receive some products from Benefit, and apparently I was chosen, which is great news to me. So I got this box full of Benefit goodies, like so excited about this. I really haven't tried a ton of Benefit brow products. Like it's been a really long time. I feel like when I first started blogging circa 2013, Benefit was a really popular brand, so I tried more from them then. Like I've tried Hoola before, I've tried Professional before, I've tried their Bella Bamba blush, and like quite a few other things. I had Gimme Brow, like the original one way back in the day, and I really enjoyed that. But in the last, I would say, 2 years or so, I haven't really used as much from them. So this is kind of a nice like nostalgic blast from the past. So let me quickly show you what's in here. So I have the 24-hour brow setter. I've never tried this before, but I've heard really good things, and I'm pretty sure this is like a clear brow gel, so that's always handy to have. Of course, the Benefit Gimme Brow, which again, I used to love this and I haven't had it in a really long time, so that's exciting. This one, super pumped about. It's the Cookie Highlight. Mel Thompson has raved about this and said that she absolutely loves it. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that's so pretty. So I am very excited to try this. Then of course we have Hoola bronzer, so I'm gonna use this today. And then I've got a couple of brow pencils. We've got the Goof Proof brow pencil, which I have not ever tried before, and then the Precisely My Brow, which I actually did just pick this up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I like it. It had a much creamier formula, I think, than I was expecting it to. But I got the shade 5 when I purchased it myself, and they sent me 4.5, and I'm actually really curious to try this because I haven't been reaching for this as much because the 5 does seem a little bit dark for me, especially because the formula is on the creamier side. So I'm excited to see if this one is like a better match. And then I've got Professional Good old classic. I feel like I compare things to this all the time, but it's honestly been years since I've used this, so very curious to see if I still like it at all. And then two mascaras, the Bad Gal Bang, which I have not tried, and Roller Lash, which I tried this when it came out a couple of years ago, and I did really like it. It does add some nice curl to the lashes, maybe not as much volume. I'd be curious to try that actually, like adding this to a volumizing mascara, because that might end up working out really nicely. So excited about this. Thank you, Benefit and Ipsy, for sending these over to me. And where was I? Bronzer. Yes. So let's go into Hoola. I'm debating what kind of brush I want to use with this, because the last time I used Hoola, I remember it being pretty intense, and I don't want my bronzer to go on crazy today. So I feel like this Angle Kabuki, like, even though this is a great bronzer brush, I think it's better for slightly less pigmented formulas because it's kind of a dense brush. So I'm kind of leaning more towards something like this. This is a MODA Metallic blush brush that has a nice pointed tip to it, because I feel like this can kind of give me some nice precision and shape, but it's going to be a little bit less intense. All right, here goes. Oh yeah, see, like right away already I can tell. Definitely packs some pigment. I think I made the right choice not going with the Kabuki brush. Isn't it fun to revisit old products sometimes? Do you guys ever wonder, like, all this new stuff is coming out all the time, and I feel like we automatically assume because it's new it'll be better than things from the past, just because, you know, we hope the beauty industry is constantly progressing, but I don't know if that's always true. I'd be curious to know what you guys think. Like, are there any products from the days of yesteryear that you just feel like haven't been beaten yet, or like that you've strayed from and come back to and been like, man, you know what? That product was really, really good. I don't know why people don't love on it as much anymore. I feel a little bit that way about Born This Way foundation. I think this is a beautiful foundation, but at this point it's a couple years old, so it doesn't get really as much hype anymore. But for like people with normal skin especially, I feel like it's not too heavy, it gives really nice coverage, and it's just a really beautiful foundation. And as for Hoola here, I feel like this definitely is giving me some nice color. It's pretty warm, but I feel like on my skin tone, it doesn't look weird. I imagine like if you are on the fairer side or on the cooler side, it could look a little bit orange, but my undertones tend to lean a little bit more on the yellow to peach side. So yeah, I think this is nice. Oh, good old Benefit Hoola. I'm happy to have you again. I feel like this has been a nice balance today. You know, a little bit of old, a little bit of new. Now we're back to something new. The Cookie highlight. Mel Thompson, man, she has made me lust after this bad boy for a while now. Apparently, this used to just be exclusive to some kind of cheek palette that Benefit launched, but it was so popular that they decided to put it into a single. Ooh, that is shiny and pretty right there. It's a little light, like maybe just a tiny bit on the icy side for my complexion, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just using a little highlight and glow brush here. Ooh, wowzers. Yeah, that is a glow. However, I feel like the texture of this is really pretty. It's like melting right in. It doesn't look thick. It doesn't accentuate texture like terribly bad. And it has a pinkishness to it actually, but it's not like overly pink. That's pretty. Yeah, I dig this. Will wear again for sure. All right, so let's move on to filling in the brows. I'm gonna use the Precisely My Brow. I generally prefer a more precise microfine pencil anyway. I'll try the Goof Proof and see, but because my eyebrows are a little bit on the thinner side, generally I feel like these work a little bit better for me. I'm definitely excited about this new job venture, despite also being kind of nervous about, you know, how I'm gonna be able to tackle everything. It'll also be nice to have coworkers again, too, actually. Like, as much as I'm an introvert and I don't mind kind of being on my own, doing my own thing day in and day out, every once in a while it does kind of get lonely. I was talking about this with Ryan the other day, actually. Like, I was feeling super stressed out this week because knowing that this job is coming down the road, and like I'm trying to prepare and get content done so that way when the week I start comes and it's also the week of Thanksgiving and, you know, I'm going to be busy with social things and family stuff, like I don't want my channel to really fall behind, so I'm trying to do that work up front, and it just like makes me a little bit insane. And when you don't have people to like just sit and vent to, I feel like it makes it that much worse. Like, I'm sure most of you who, you know, work, like, you find yourself kind of going to your coworkers and venting throughout the day about stuff that's going on, and sometimes that's just necessary to like emotionally process things and move on. You just gotta like talk about it and let it go. So when you're home by yourself and you don't have anybody to talk to, I feel like mentally that stuff kind of just like piles up in your brain, and I feel like increases stress a little bit. So it'll be kind of nice to like have people to talk to throughout the day and chat with. Side note, this color, I think, much better for me. I like this a lot. I feel like this is a good match for my hair color. Should we try a little of the Gimme Brow? I haven't used this in so long, man. This is, again, trip down memory lane here. So this is what Gimme Brow looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but in case you haven't, it has the teeny tiniest, most itsy bitsy little spoolie on it, so you can really get into those brow hairs. And even if you have tiny, you know, non-existent brows like myself, you don't end up with gel all over your face. So this is a product you can use all by itself, or you can layer it with a pencil, because it just kind of adds a little bit of like fullness to your brows. So sometimes on days where I'm feeling like super lazy, I'll just use this, although I don't really have much of a tail on my brows, so I find a product like this all on its own without a pencil can sometimes look a little bit weird, because then I look like I have half an eyebrow, basically, since the tails aren't as filled in as the front of the brow. And funny enough, even though I would say my eyebrow hairs are pretty fine, they are so wonky, they do not like to stay in place. So here's to hoping this will work. This packaging, it's pretty, it's fun, but it's kind of chunky. I feel like this is the thing that will be kind of difficult for me to store. Like, this will not fit in my makeup organizer. I'd have to like leave this sitting out on my vanity. This has a very interesting wand to it. It kind of looks like a comb, and it has long bristles on one side and short ones on the other. So, I'm gonna try the short side. We'll just brush this through. All right, what do we think? How are the brows looking? I feel like they look pretty good. Those products are pretty easy to use. I'll need to play around with them, learn them a little bit more, but based on a first impression, I'm at least very happy with the color. 4.5 definitely is the way to go for me. So I don't have like a brand new eyeshadow palette to play with today, so I kind of, again, wanted to go back to something old that I haven't reached for in a while. And I thought, since we're going to be using those orangey, rusty toned lip colors, it would be nice to go with something in that same color family for the eyes. So I thought we would play with the California Love palette today. Honestly, when I got this, I feel like I didn't really even get a chance to use it very much on my channel. It was kind of towards the end of the summer, and I feel like it was sort of past that point where people were talking about it anymore, so I've mostly just used it off camera, and I think it's a really pretty palette. What do I even want to do with this today? I kind of want to use the pressed glitter in here, because I really haven't used this guy too much. It's called El Capitan, so I think I'm just going to kind of wing it and throw some things together and put that on the lid, and we'll figure it out. So yeah, basically, I'm not really sure what's going to happen with my upload schedule moving forward. I definitely would like to try to post at least twice a week. Like, goals would be 3 times a week, but that may be ambitious, especially in the beginning while I'm still learning and adjusting. Like, I think it might take me a little while to kind of get into a new groove. Side note, I'm using the shade Laguna, by the way. And I'm sure you guys will be understanding either way that, you know, like, life happens, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'd be curious to know if you guys have a preference as to like what days I upload. Like, I haven't really had a set schedule in a very long time. Every single time I try to set one for myself, it ends up going promptly out the window because, again, life happens. And I'm one of those people that, like, YouTube is really important to me, but friends and family are the most important to me. So if they need my attention first, that's probably the thing that I'm going to like drop everything for. And so sometimes that means uploading, you know, a day later than I expected to, and I don't want to put garbage content on the internet anyway, so I'd rather wait an extra day, make sure that the videos I'm putting up are things that I feel happy with, than like forcing myself to rush just for the sake of maintaining a schedule. But I would be curious to know if there are particular days or times that you guys think are better for creators to upload. I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Surfrider all over the lid. This is a fun color. It's got some nice shimmer to it. It's kind of a pretty bronzy tone. So yeah, another thing that's obviously also been on my mind in this transition is the theater, which you guys know I've been really involved with the community theater in my state, and I'm their treasurer now, so I've been doing a lot for them. I work, well, it's work, but it's volunteer. I don't get paid whenever I go there, but I work the box office, I work concessions, I do the financial stuff, I've done publicity, I'm their webmaster. Like, I've kind of taken on a lot because I've had the time freedom in the last year, but obviously that is changing, so now I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to also fit that into everything. And obviously, you know, I'm only one human, so I know that like something's gonna have to give. Like, I can't do everything that I've been doing and also work a 40-hour-a-week job and also commute. But it's hard because everything I'm doing now is important to me and I don't want to have to give it all up. So I think I'm just going to have to get creative, and I hope you guys will not mind or will be able to bear with me while I figure my ish out, because it's probably going to be a little bit wacky for a while. I'm going to take the shade Mission next, I think, just to deepen up the outer corner of the eye a little bit, add some smokiness. So another thing I wanted to ask you guys to all of this is, especially if I'm going to have to condense my upload schedule, or I'm not going to be able to post quite as much as I would like to for a little while, I would love to know like what videos you guys enjoy the most, or what you'd like to see from me here on my channel, so I can kind of like prioritize making those kinds of videos moving forward. I know I'm definitely planning on doing like a best of beauty for 2019 video, or a couple of videos at the end of the year. I'm not going to need to do empties for a little while because I just did one, but that's a series that I do, you know, enjoy doing every season. The beauty report is something I do every month. But like, do you guys enjoy the BoxyCharm videos? Do you like tag videos, getting ready with me's? Like, what is the content you find yourself gravitating towards the most? I'd be really curious to know. Even though the pressed glitters in these ColourPop palettes have a bit of binder to them, I always like to go in with a glitter glue first, just because I feel like it really helps to like lock everything into place. To that point, I will say that now that I've been using the NYX glitter primer for, you know, months and months now, I like it. I feel like it is very comparable to the Too Faced one, and it's a lot less expensive. So if the Too Faced one is out of your budget, I definitely would say go with the NYX. It has not really steered me wrong. The glitter is so pretty. That is just so stunning. I'm realizing I didn't do an inner corner highlight. I'm going to take the shade Cruisin', and we'll just pop that for a little glow. Most excellent. All right, shadow is done. Now I want to move on to using the Illustrative eyeliner from M Cosmetics that I got in that set. This is a brush tip eyeliner, which I've really grown to love brush tips. I appreciate them a lot. I feel like you can get a lot of precision, and they're oftentimes a lot more comfortable on the eyes than a felt tip applicator. So we'll see how this baby fares. So far it's gliding on very nice and smooth. Seems pretty black. It's always kind of a pain in the butt to do eyeliner over glitter, but I feel like this is working fairly well for me. Yeah, I feel like that was nice. The actual liquid inside the liner is not the most opaque I've ever used, but it definitely built up on itself nicely. It was easy to get a pretty crisp wing, or at least it was on this eye. This is my problem eye. I can never freaking wing on this side. This side is usually fine. It must just be the way that my hand is positioned or something. So to finish off the eyes, I actually have some new lashes that I want to try out that I am very excited about. These are the closest to a make lash that I've ever seen in something synthetic before. Like, the fibers just look so fluffy and luxurious. And these are $15 regular price, but they were on sale, plus I had coupons and all that, so I think I got them for $8. They are the Eylure Luxe Cashmere lashes. But seriously though, like, just look at this. Does this not look like an incredible lash? Like, they just look so luxe and high quality. Like, I cannot get over it. So I really want to try these out today. I also got a new lash glue to try. I got the Kiss Lash Couture lash glue because I was not really a fan of the other Kiss lash glue that I had with aloe in it. I just feel like it has no hold. And this says super strong hold, which we will find out if that's true in a moment. So since I'm just going to be putting falsies on anyway, I don't really want to test out a new mascara right now, so I'm just going to use the Lancome Monsieur Big that I've been using for the last couple of months. All right, lashes are on. That was a little bit of a struggle. Not, I think, because there was something wrong with the lashes, but more just the glue and positioning it, and I wasn't using my lash applicator, so it was just, it felt like the universe was working against me a little bit. But now that I have them on, I do think these are beautiful looking lashes. They're actually very natural looking for a glam lash, just because the fibers again are so wispy, so they just kind of blend into your natural lashes a little bit more seamlessly. All right, so let's finish things up with lips. I have the two products from M Cosmetics here to use today. This is the True Gloss, I believe, and this is the Infinite Lip Cloud, which is their liquid lipstick. Again, they're both in the same shade, which is Faded Clementine. So let me give you guys a little swatch so you can see. Ooh, this formula feels really nice. Feels very whipped in texture. I've heard, again, really great things about this liquid lipstick formula, and that it's not like crazy drying on your lips, which I think I'll like. And then this is the gloss, which, like I said, I have actually worn this a few times now, and I think it is beautiful. And as you can see, like, the pigment on this is gorgeous for a gloss. It's very nice and intense without being too much like a liquid lipstick. So I think if you were more of a gloss person but still wanted the color of this liquid lipstick, like, this definitely would not disappoint you. So since I've already tried the gloss, let's go in with the liquid lip today and see how that goes. It smells like cupcakes, baked goods. I feel like there's another lip product that has this exact same scent. I can't put my finger on exactly what it is. The applicator also is kind of interesting. It is a doe foot, but it kind of has a divot cut out of it, so that way it hugs your lip line a little bit more. I feel like Charlotte Tilbury's liquid lipsticks have a very similar kind of applicator. So there is the liquid lipstick on. I think this looks beautiful. It does not enhance dryness and texture on the lips, like, at all. It's very lightweight. It's not a thick formula. Again, it has a more moussey, air-light texture that kind of just glides over the lips. We'll have to see how it wears. I don't know if it dries down, because right now the way that it feels like it's going to transfer off if I eat or drink anything, but I don't know if that goes away. But either way, I just feel like, well, first of all, I love this color. I'm such a huge fan of anything orangey on my lips, and I think this is absolutely stunning. But I just really like the way this makes my lips look for a matte lip product. Like, it's very flattering, very comfortable. I understand where all the hype came from. It actually, you know what, just so I can show you guys so you can see, let me just throw a little of the gloss on top so you can get a feel for the shine. This one also smells yummy, but I think I like the liquid lipstick scent even better. All right, so I think that is it. This is my completed final look. A little bit old, a little bit of new. Really enjoying how the whole thing came together. I really love these tones, especially for fall. Feels very cozy and autumnal to me. So let me take off my little Christmas tree here, zoom you guys out, and we'll wrap things up. All right, guys, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing all these products in action. Definitely let me know if you've tried any of these things, what you think of them, how they worked out for you, or if you haven't tried any of them, what has piqued your interest the most. most? What would you like to try out? Or if there's anything that I forgot to mention, you have any questions, leave those for me too. I definitely plan on keeping you guys posted with the job stuff as time goes on. I probably won't have an update until the beginning of December because again, I'm not starting until November 25th. So, you know, by the time I film, edit, upload, whatever updates after my first week, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the beginning of December-ish. So if you're not subscribed and you want to see more from me in the future, I hope you will consider clicking that button before you go. And I really appreciate your guys' support and understanding and patience in this transition. I really am not intending on like disappearing or falling off the face of the earth, but I can't promise that I will be uploading as regularly as I usually do in the beginning, or at least the next couple weeks will probably be fine because I'm gonna try to film as much as possible while I can in the next week while I'm still home. But then after that, I really have no idea. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching my videos, for commenting, for all of your love. It means so much to me. And on that note, I think it's about time for me to let you guys go, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.